The Arrowsmith program differs from other methodologies or interventions for learning disabilities in a number of ways. Our current approach to intervention is often one based on achievement methodology, in that if you have a reading disability, we'll look at a program like Orton-Gillingham or Wilson Reading Program or Reading Recovery, and those are usually programs that have a phonics-based intervention to it. So it actually teaches reading. It teaches the alphabet, it teaches the sounds of the letters, and it moves on into a hierarchical fashion of intervention. The Arrowsmith program, we get often students who've had these interventions in reading, and they don't seem to be responding as efficiently as some of the other students that may have a learning disability in, say, reading. So we get these students and we provide them with the Arrowsmith Assessment, which is a cognitive battery of tests to look at what regions of the brain responsible for reading are areas of weaknesses for them. Once we've identified those weaknesses, and then we provide specific cognitive intervention to improve those weaknesses. And over a period of 3-4 years, those cognitive weaknesses begin to improve, and we actually begin to see reading improvement. Interesting enough, our academic teachers that teach language arts begin to see reading, spelling, and writing improve as these cognitive functions improve as well. So without cognitive improvement, we don't see gains in reading, writing, and spelling, certainly with the students that we're working with. This is not to say that programs like Orton-Gillingham, Wilson Reading, or Reading Recovery, to name a few, don't work. We tend, though, to see the students that aren't responding to this form of intervention. And that's what's really interesting about the difference between the Arrowsmith program and these other forms. Another way to look at intervention that's been done in the past is strategy-based instruction. These are often called metacognition strategies, or what we can also call workarounds, in that we teach things like acronyms in order to remember a series of lakes in Canada. Strategies to help improve memory and recall. Again, Arrowsmith differs in that we actually look at the memory system of the brain, see whether or not it's a strength for them or a weakness, and then provide cognitive intervention for them also. Lastly, another way of looking at intervention in the past is using technology or accommodations. So if you had a dysgraphia, a written output disability, you might learn keyboarding skills, you might be given a laptop, and then you're able to bypass the cognitive weakness that is part of your learning profile. Arrowsmith program identifies this cognitive weakness, say in motor planning for written output, and requires students to practice motor movements in printing formations so that that improves that area of the brain. So instead of working around the cognitive weakness, we try to improve the cognitive weakness. So those are some of the interventions that have taken place in the past and how they might differ from the Arrowsmith program.